Well, it is finals time here in the Adelaide Footy League. We're just watching the Division 1 Women's semi-final number 2. This match is between Adelaide University and SMOSH West Lakes. Adelaide University finishing the regular season in first place, SMOSH in second, so the winner of this game will go straight through to the grand final, while the loser will get the second chance to take on the winner of last night's semi-final, which was Salisbury. They beat Anglevale 5-11-41 and 5-3-33. So they've bought themselves another week in the finals race, while we've seen the end of Anglevale after a good season. My name's Jenny Wallace. I'll hopefully be joined by somebody else at some point here. So if anyone in Facebook world out there on the live stream can give a shout out to Georgie from SMOSH. I believe you're supposed to be joining me in the chair for some expert comments. So hopefully you'll come along soon. Other than that, just myself and, of course, the Spacequake Sports crew bringing you the pictures here. We're only moments away from going live with the first ball up of the match. Should be a good contest here today. Both teams have dominated the season. Adelaide Uni 9 wins, just the 2 losses, and SMOSH 8 wins and just the 3 losses. So they're going to be a tight one. And the rucks are in place at the moment. Taylor McKay for Adelaide University and Kate Walsh for SMOSH. And here we go, semi-final number 2. Good ruck hit out there to Adelaide Uni. And it's ball tumbling free. Won here by SMOSH. Some good pace early to kick out towards the wing. One-on-one contest. Doesn't take the mark cleanly, and it's going to be a turnover. Using the ball by hand at the moment, trying to find the way through for Adelaide Uni. Good bit of defence from SMOSH at the moment. That one's smothered and just got the ball in the middle of the field here. Both battles a good hard tackle, so both teams looking good so far. Starting the game with high intensity, as you'd expect for a semi-final. Again, the rucks go at it. This one tapped a little bit more to the advantage again of Adelaide Uni. We've got our first free of the day. It's going to be a tight one you would expect here today. With the last time these two teams met, they've obviously played in round 7 and then again in round 14 to finish the season. Round 7, you had Adelaide Uni going out winners 7-12-54, keeping SMOSH to just the 1-1-7. So a big victory early in the season to Adelaide Uni. As we see the ball just tumbling around the 50-metre arc and back into centre field here. And again, just some hard body-on-body work from both sides, trying to find the way out and an avenue to goal here. Big clash, chest to chest, but well taken, great mark. You see all the players start to shift out, try and find space. This one by foot to Tegan Usher. Marks well, she's got a player coming around beside her, opts not to use her and goes longer, heading up towards staying on the wing, but a really good mark from the ruck McKay for Adelaide Uni. Strong mark. She comes across here into the centre. Risky kick, but it's going to tumble across to her advantage. Good pick up, nice little step. So they've got players here available. They've got numbers, Adelaide Uni. Just had to find them. There we go, great hands. And kicking it long forward, tumbling it in at a really strong mark. It's Kelly Baltrop, the captain, leading well, taking the front position. She's chipping to the top of the square. And another very, very strong mark. So first really serious scoring opportunity has gone Adelaide Uni's way. And geez, they worked the ball well there. So as we settle in, looks to be just at a 45-degree angle, not too far out, so distance isn't going to be a problem. Just off the left and just across to the side, so too skinny. So the first big chance to score, and it's a behind to Adelaide Uni. All right, so SMOSH sets up, find their way out of defence now. This one's long into the 50, a really good pack mark there. Again, the players spread out. Looks to be some good pace between these two sides. Bit of go slow now as they find the right option again down the line. So she's got a short option if she wants it. Now goes, finds Evans, another free paid. That one towards SMOSH. Both teams now just really secure here on the line. Are they going to head infield or play up along the line? Stays up along the line. It's a 2-on-1 contest, but the ball comes down SMOSH's advantage. And just unable to get clean hands on the ball, but really streaming forward on that one, Smosh, so we'll have a ball up now. So again, repeat, my name's Jenny Wallace, just sitting in the host chair today, waiting for someone from Adelaide Uni or from SMOSH West Lakes to join me for some expert comments. Get your phones out and let someone at the ground know that we're looking for another commentator. Bring them on as this one comes inside the 50 for SMOSH. And just gets hands on it and spoils that. Some good defensive work, but it's fallen free. This one, good tackle. And we'll see a ball up. About 40 out in front of goal. Clear ruck win to McKay there. There's no one back as it's been kicked, so 2 defenders for Uni. They've got time to work together and clear this out, and they do so heading out towards the boundary line. Just keeping it in there, and good tackle pressure. Sock it off the ground, but straight back to Uni. Very good hands. And it's been paid a mark. So, just repeat, we've had 1 score, so just the behind for Adelaide Uni, and this time it's going to come straight back into the 50. Strong mark to SMOSH there. It's just going towards the top of the square. It's 2-on-1, but a strong mark. Really good mark there. That's Molly Althouse, who's kicked the 9 goals for the season so far, and she's got a chance to get SMOSH on the board here. About 30 degrees out in front of goal. Nice easy run in, puts it on the right tie, and it's just faded across, sliced it across the front of goal. So 1 behind each to both teams. Now, both these teams also met, as I started to say, in round 14. So last weekend, in the last round of the regular season, that game was declared a draw after an injury halted play and the match was abandoned. So they've played each other once in about a quarter of the time this season. And as I said, we are in semi-final 2 of Adelaide Footy League. That's a really strong mark there. Right in the middle of the pack, both hands up, sticky mitts, getting her second chance here. Althouse to add to her total for the year. Now she sliced the first attempt, staying across the right. She'll be looking to correct that this time. Nice easy walk in. And this time she looks to have corrected just a bit too far, so she's missed on the left and the right now. 2 behinds to SMOSH, gives them the skinniest of leads. Just over 13 minutes to go in this first quarter. Just waiting for the ball to come back into play now. As you can see, SMOSH setting up their defensive unit in their forward 50 at the moment. Trying to have that pressure that keeps the ball down in their advantage. And they've had 2 really good marks. Haven't converted so far. So they'll be looking to make sure they convert that next opportunity. It heads towards Althouse again, and she marks and plays on. This time she chips forward. Not to the advantage of either of her players, and it's tumbling towards the line. Everyone trying to keep that one in at the moment. And no high tackle there. Looked a little bit high, but it's been played under, so there'll be another ball up. Far forward pocket from our cameras at the moment. This one's ball up. And Adelaide Uni have taken it away. Busted out of the ruck there. Kicked forward outside the 50. It's tumbling towards the centre. The advantage is with Uni if they can find hands. They're going to kick it long. It's going to go over the back of the next contest as well. So we've got just 2 pairs running in at this, the foot race. Well held up. So good defensive effort from the forwards for Adelaide Uni there. And the ball has transitioned straight away, just straight up the guts. And we're now in the forward 50 for Adelaide Uni, and they've got a chance to put on some scoreboard pressure here. Bringing it out for the ruck. Once again, Uni have probably had the better of the early ruck contests, but an infringement goes the way of SMOSH, who will get the chance to find a free player if they can. Not a lot of movement ahead of her. Comes into the centre square. Good hands from Kiana Lee. She's the competition's leading goal scorer currently with 18. So she'll be looking to find the gap between the big sticks a few more times today. And we've got Borwing just on the wing here in centre of the field. Some good work by hands from Uni. Worked their way out of that ruck at the moment. It's tumbling forward, free ball on, so it's just foot race. This one, lovely kick forward, but it's just hit the post, so Kelly Beltrop as captain has had it early in the forward 50 once again, and on the run, really good attempt at goal, but it just faded into the goal post. So 2 behinds for both sides, and we're all locked up once again. 11 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Okay. Playing down the pocket line here. This one's not marked cleanly, so it goes over the line. And they have called it a throw-in, have they? It did look like it might have snuck off the lower leg of the player, so Uni were calling for last touch rule, but we have the throw-in. Pushing the back there, so it's going to go Adelaide University's direction, the free. We've got Beltrop with the ball once again. The captain looks to be setting herself up for the shot on goal. So must be confident in the distance. She'll be taking it from right on the 50, or else she'll get really close to the lady on the mark. There's lots of action in the centre square, ready for that ball to drop early. Just lining up now. Puts it on the right, a really nice piece of it. It's at the top of the square, setting it up. Lusby was going for the quick snap, unable to get boot on it, and SMOSH trying to work it away by hand now, but it's gone back to Adelaide Uni. A quick snap on goal here. It's going to be a behind. That was Fittridge for Uni. Ball picked it up nicely at her feet, and quick snap with the right boot, but just brought it around too far. So we've got 3 behinds played, 2 behinds so far in the first quarter of semi-final number 2. Nice mark there by Hannah Ewings. She's gone, played on quickly. Nice kick up the line, 2-on-1 contest, ball tumbles out the back. And players scrapping here for possession. Umpires called it. And we've got another ball up. Let's see Mackay come back into the ruck. And she's won that tap out again, but this time it fell at the feet of SMOSH, so he was under pressure there and didn't dispose of the ball well enough. So Fittridge again for Uni, goes to look at moving forward. Tumbles over the back of the pack. This one's socket forward, nothing gone the 15, but not taken cleanly anyway. So we come back down this wing close to the grandstand here. Lovely view, sitting up high at Adelaide University Oval. Not that far away from Adelaide Oval, where the AFL will be taking action, of course, 4:10, Port Adelaide versus Fremantle. This one, umpire's letting it play, seeing if the ball will come loose. Calls it now. So just a reminder that last night we had a game between Salisbury and Anglevale. That was semi-final number 1. The winner was going to progress through to play the loser of this game, and that winner was Salisbury. So they'll go through to next week, and they'll play whoever loses this game here today. The winner, of course, getting the ride straight through to the grand final. So that's what's on offer today. A week off and a chance to go straight into the grand final. A lovely mark on the wing there. An absolute stunner. I think that was Tegan Usher, who's been lively early. She looked slightly inside. And another strong mark from Fittridge, who has gotten a bit of ball in the last few minutes. She looks to put it up towards the 50. SMOSH had the numbers there, but unable to take it cleanly, and it's tumbled over the back. Beltrop's picked it up and hooked it straight towards full forward, and it's running, and it is going to be ushered over the line for another behind. 4 behinds to 2. So a few scoring options. The ball's running nicely along the turf here today. Some good pace here for SMOSH. Doesn't manage to go over the top, but gets the ball back anyway. Looks inside and finds Melanie Earlsgood, I think, who looks above and has to wait for it to come overhead, which isn't easy. It's tumbling up. They can try to keep it in their 50 as Uni try and go for the safety of the boundary line. Taylor Hand, some big efforts, follow-up efforts in this last 20 metres, but it's a big tackle from behind. She didn't see Kiana Lee, who had her number there, and a great tackle. So Lee Sticks it to the top of the 50, centre field. A crumb picked up there by Stacey Evans, but unable to break free. We've got a ball up right at centre square, just at the 50. Kelsey Priest going up against McKay there. Pushing the back, paid, so who have we got here with a chance on? Christy Burrows, I believe that is, for the Lions. She just chips it in. Sort of a worse angle, just slightly in front. Usher's been good in this first quarter, and she looks to just centre it to the top of the goal square. Got a big pack forming there. It falls over the back. Uni collect it. No one's cleared it there, and they were cleared by hands. It just throws it on the boot to get it out of the 50. Plenty of numbers for SMOSH here, only the one for Uni. SMOSH getting in each other's way at the moment. And there's no one there, and it'll be simple marked for the ruck from Adelaide Uni. And she changes the direction of play, gets it out on the outer wing. Some good pace from Emily Tremones. See, it gets one-on-one battle. Here comes some support from SMOSH, but Georgia Taylor, GT, picking it up and sending it forward. See who gets the kind bounce. Adelaide Uni in possession here. Can they find that free player? Not quite. He just punches it out of mid-air, trying to find the safety of the boundary line once again. Get it out of that hot scoring zone. Comes back inside, some good pace. Careful goes the bounce, unable to collect cleanly, so another scoring opportunity presents itself for Uni here. Will be this the first major of the day. 4.5 minutes remain in the first quarter here in the Adelaide Footy League Division 1 Women's semi-final number 2. Adelaide Uni in the black with the shot on goal right now. Comes in with pace, doesn't have the distance from the look, and it's going to be kept in and just punched toward the side. So we'll see another throw in. Good scoring position or opportunity here for Adelaide Uni. Throw in comes in. The rucks go at it. This tap's won by SMOSH, but it falls well read by Uni. He just tumbles it forward, and we've got another strong mark, and she's played on. She's kicked it straight into the lady on the mark, so instead of going back and taking the set shot, she played on and didn't take advantage of that. Threw it on the left with a bit of a rush. I think that was Jo Hill, the veteran from Adelaide Uni. Might have been touched, that's why she threw it onto the boot. I'm not quite sure from where I am. This one's run out by SMOSH, but handed straight back over to Uni. If they can get free and find a free player, they might have another chance to throw it on the boot and go for goal. Not quite. The score remains 4 behinds to 2 behinds. So just a reminder, if you're a supporter of either team, that I've got a spare mic sitting beside me here and keen to chat to someone about their side. So if you're watching on the live stream and you know someone who is at the game, send them my way. I'm up in the grandstand. I'd love to chat to someone from either Adelaide Uni or SMOSH West Lakes. Get their insights into the clubs and into the players. At the moment, this one's just brought back inside the forward 50 for Uni once again. Lots of SMOSH players back, so they're outnumbering the Blacks at the moment. And we've seen a free paid. Zetchevic, it's going to set shot here. It's number 6 in the long sleeves. Got a couple of players in the long sleeves for Adelaide Uni. A little bit chilly, but the conditions for footy are pretty good. It's not too windy at all. No rain, it's stayed away so far. This one's looking good off the boot. It's got the distance it has. That's the first major for Uni. Javanka, she's kicked truly. Right over the top of the umpire's head, so plenty of chances for both sides early, and it is Adelaide Uni have broken away with the lead. They are 1 goal 4-10 to SMOSH's just 2 behinds. SMOSH probably been wasteful in front with their 2 chances. We're in really good scoring position. Adelaide Uni making the most of that free, taking the early lead in this first quarter. Minute and a half remaining. Ball up back in the centre now. This one's won by Kate Walsh and is going to be thrown up once again. Walsh and McKay go at it again, and this time McKay just holding a shirt. So free going the way of Smosh, who just Walsh chips forward. There's a pack mark here, but coming from behind nicely to spoil Adelaide Uni. Falkenberg shut down nicely in the number 97. Adelaide Uni finished the season top of the ladder. So they'll probably go in slight favourites over Smosh at this stage, but we are watching the battle of 1 and 2, so the intensity is deserving of that clash, and the chance to throw it on the boot forward. There's player free here. Takes a lovely mark right on top of the goal square. This is Melanie Elsgood. If she can kick this, she'll cut that deficit back down to just the 2 points with just 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter. So it'll be a good way to take to the break. And she kicked truly from right in front. Distance won't be an issue. Does do so. And deficit cut back to just the 2 behinds. So the answer is immediate. And there's the first quarter sirens. Just a reminder that late goal for Smosh. They've cut the lead that Uni had built up. Uni 1 goal, 4 behinds, total of 10. Smosh West Lakes 1 goal, 2 behinds. They're on 8. That's the end of the first quarter in semi-final 2. We're watching the Adelaide Footy League action from the Division 1 women's competition, and we'll be back to bring you all of the action from quarter 2. Welcome back to the second quarter action of Adelaide Footy League Division 1 women's semi-final we've got going on here between Adelaide University and Smosh West Lakes Lions. The reminder of the score from the first quarter: University 1 goal 4, they're on 10, while Smosh are on 1 goal 2 on 8. So they cut the deficits with a late reply right on the quarter siren. Joining me now, I've got Georgie from Smosh, who played in the game before, who's come up very nicely to jump on in and save my voice a little bit. Georgie, thanks for joining us today.
No worries, Jenny. Sorry to leave you hanging before, but we're just showered and are fresh for commentary, so it's going to be a good day.
Excellent, and it's it's a good view we've got up here, elevated from the grandstand.
It's a nice oval, actually.
And it seems to be playing nicely. Like the conditions are good out there.
When I was out there, it was good. The middle of the ground is very, very hard. It's almost a cricket pitch at the moment. Very different since last time we played here as a football club. It was a bit of a mud field, so we weren't even using the middle last time. We were on the
off to the edges.
Off to the edges. So it's good to be using it. It is very hard though. So expecting potentially a graze or 2 here and there on that hard surface.
Yeah, the old burn from the kick at the centre wicket. Now, obviously, top team and second team doing battle in this semi-final. The winner goes through to the grand final. The loser gets a second chance, and we'll be taking on Salisbury next weekend, whoever that happens to be. Obviously, you've got the Smosh clothes on, bit of bias there. Would you be happy with your team staying in check with Adelaide Uni through that first quarter?
Yeah, absolutely. The late goal from Mel there was a good inclusion. I think the pressure's been good from both teams. A pretty even fight. I think both very hungry today to obviously get the week off and go straight into the final. Second chances on it. Tashana has a big footy legacy because her mum, Bronnie Davey, who plays in the B grade, sister of the Davey brothers who played for Melbourne.
Okay.
She's been playing for 20 years and has represented all sorts of sides, in state, Indigenous sides. So Tashana has a lot of pedigree in her.
So where'd the
Kiana
convoluted Smosh part come from for the name? Like it's St Michael's?
St Michael's Old Scholars. It is St Michael's Old Scholars. I think they merged with West Lakes Footy Club.
Okay.
But I can't give you
that history, but
no, because I've only just come to the club myself.
Because I've never heard anyone actually go with the St Michael's or anything like that. They always just say Smosh.
It's because the club's been around for a long time.
Yeah. You're the Lions as well, yeah?
Yeah.
She got the same colours as my good mate plays for Subiaco Lions over in Perth, exactly the same uniform. And I've kept going to say Subi. Subi, have it.
Subi, SMOSH. Tell you what though, SMOSH is not an easy word to say with a mouth guard in.
No, I can't. SMOSH. No, it wouldn't be very attractive.
No.
SMOSHy.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough work.
Talking with the mouth guard in general is not that pretty. Here we go. Needs a kind bounce. Nothing.
I think when we get online, let's just repeat this material.
Yeah, we just start again.
I've almost finished my chips.
Coming straight back, turn and put it on the boot. Forbes again. Forby.
She's so good.
Nah, behind. Oh.
She's a crowd favourite as well.
If you guys can get another goal in this quarter.
We are forced to be reckoned with at the moment.
Well, it's sort of one of those things in women's footy. It's like if you open up that early break, sometimes it can be real hard to come back from, can't it?
Every time we've played Morphees, they've gotten that early break. So played them 3 times. First 2 times we lost by 2 goals, and they got those 2 goals in the first 5 minutes. So when we...
Okay. So, updating the action here from Adelaide University. We've got a shot on goal here, and it's been just off to the left.
From Tashana.
SMOSH West Lakes, they have had a quarter to remember here. They've kicked 3 goals, 2 behinds. Now they're 4-4-28. They've opened up an 18-point lead over Adelaide University, who have not had a look in so far in a scoring opportunity this quarter. I'm drawn by Georgie from SMOSH, who played in the match just before, so has managed to tidy up, get some chips in and join me up in the box here. And it's been a sensational quarter, you'd say, for the SMOSH group.
Yeah, absolutely would say that. And we're very proud of our club, particularly the youngsters who are getting amongst it at the moment. We've had some action from Chloe Forby, who's slotted a goal or 2. Tashana just had a shot on goal before, couldn't quite finish, but again, at 15 years old. It's a fair effort to be playing Div 1 women's football, to be getting amongst it.
Adelaide Uni trying to work their way out. They've spent a lot of time defending today, so they're out in the outer wing at the moment, but it's a strong defensive intercept mark from SMOSH again, so
we've
all
got
the
Cam
players
Kennedy out there. She goes along down the boundary.
Flooding forward, but returns a favour. Played on here from Uni. So there's not many numbers forward though for Uni because they spent so much time defending, but another strong
play on
march
here,
by
you
their
would
skipper.
think, wouldn't you? Here we go.
Strong lead from Hill, that is, and she's taken it. So is this that first opportunity for Uni to find a way onto the scoreboard for the second quarter? Hasn't moved it on quickly, so the players have gotten back off the left, just chipping it to the top of the
Kelsey
square.
Pearce.
Tumbled free. She's gotten it clean now. Shot on goal and it's hit the post, so we've got a poster.
And that's their first answer to SMOSH's quarter that they've had.
So just taking the 1 off the deficit there, so 17-point lead remains as we hear the quarter or the halftime siren go. Score so far, 4 goals, 4 to SMOSH, who are leading, Uni, who are 1 goal, 5 behinds. The score, goal kickers, I should say, for SMOSH have been Elsgood, Lee, Forby and Althouse all kicking the 1, while the single lone goal kicker for Adelaide Uni back in quarter 1 was Javanka Zetchevic. We're going to take a break for the half time and we'll be back with the third quarter action. If you did miss us a little bit in the second quarter there, we had some technical difficulties, which we apologise for. We'll be back up and running for the third quarter.
We'll see you then.
Welcome back to Adelaide Footy League's coverage of the Division 1 Women's semi-final here at Adelaide University. We've got Adelaide University currently behind by 16 points there on 1 goal, 6 behinds. And the story of the second quarter was that the SMOSH West Lakes kicked 3 goals, 2 And they've opened up a sizable lead there on 4-4-28, as I said, leading by 16. My name's Jenny Wallace, and I am joined by Georgie from SMOSH, who, if you can just recap sort of the second quarter action for us, because those that were trying to watch the live stream would have noticed we had some technical difficulties. So catch us up with what happened in quarter two.
No worries. Well, it has been a bit of a clinic from our forwards and sharing the ball around a lot of our young guns. We've had Molly Althouse have a shot on goal. We've also had Chloe Forby get in amongst it, usually plays in the middle, but is killing it up forward today. And we've had quite a show from Kelsey Pearce in the ruck as well. Kate Walsh did not play in the ruck for the last half of that quarter. I think Uni are struggling to get it out of that forward half for SMOSH as they run out. They are trying to get it past SMOSH's defence, but the likes of Cam Kennedy and the Twin Towers in Kendall and Sheridan Howe are doing a good job of just locking it in SMOSH's forward half, and it's not really getting past them.
Okay, so if you can enter into the enemy territory and talk me through what you think the coaches would be addressing Adelaide Uni at this long break and getting them back into this second half action.
Sure. I think that Adelaide Uni have a lot of talent. They have a lot of skills. I think to break that defensive line that SMOSH are so brilliantly setting up at the moment, they need to get some running carry. I think really driving it out of their defence. So when SMOSH, whether they will or not, kick a point, running it out of the back lines, running it through, kicking over lines, that's what they need to do to break down SMOSH's defence at the moment and run it into their forward 50. I think if they can get some run and carry about them, Adelaide Uni are still in this game. It's not a huge lead from SMOSH, and it's definitely doable.
Yeah, so less than a 3-goal lead at the moment, but still a good break, and the largest break we've seen in the game so far. Adelaide Uni took the rub of the green in the first quarter. They had a 2-point deficit in front for that one, and then, as we just mentioned, a really big second quarter from SMOSH. Everything sort of seemed to go their way. It's funny that in this game with the oddly shaped oval ball, and yet for some reason the run of the ball and the bounce of the ball seems to go one team's way, and that seemed to be SMOSH's in that second quarter. We're heading into third quarter action. We're only moments away as Adelaide Uni break from their huddle and go and join their positions now. Just a reminder that the winner of this game progresses straight through to the grand final, while the loser will get a second chance, such as the benefit of finishing first and second. They'll get a second chance and we'll take on Salisbury next weekend to see who will go through to the grand final the following week. So lots to play for in these last couple of quarters of action. Big half remaining. The conditions are great. The clouds are just kind of coming in a little bit at the moment, but the field is hard and fast. The centre square is obviously very hard from the cricket pitches, and we're about to see third quarter action start us up.
Kate Walsh with a tap down to Tegan Usher. Goggles couldn't get rid of it and has called a throw. So Adelaide Uni, if they can take off here, I think they can bring it into their forward 50 with a strong lead. That's a good kick.
Yeah, so Pengelly there just keeping it up in the middle.
Well done.
And then she's played on there. So fast start to the action again. Both teams are hard and not afraid of the physicality we've noticed in this competition. So to expect from two teams dominating the season so far, and they're going head-to-head really nicely this year. The head-to-head itself is in Adelaide Uni's court. They won back in round 7, 7-12-54 to a 1-1-7. So that was a big victory to Uni then, and I think that might be motivating the Lions here today.
Absolutely. I think having their first loss against Adelaide Uni was not a sweet taste left in SMOSH's mouth, and they'll be very eager to stamp out any sign of weakness against this side.
As Tiller's just chipped forward and found Joe Hill just about 40 metres out. She looks like she's looking to pass it off early, but now she's settling and might take the shot on goal. You've got the players in the square just for if it comes short. Good scoring opportunity here for Uni off the left. It's long, but it's going to just drop into the centre square. But big mark there. That's
Brilliant.
McKay, I believe. Taylor McKay. Strong grab in the centre in the square there. So she'll surely convert this and start to eat into that deficit. And she does so.
And celebration too. The double fist pump, hands straight up. Uni are eager to show them how it's done here today. Taking a bit of my advice Mark Moody, the coach, and very quick running carry straight off the bat out of the middle.
Just the start that University would have been after coming in from the big break. As you said, Georgie, they've listened to your words. You're a wise coach. 2 goals, 6, back to 18 with 4-4. So they've cut that deficit to 10. Really good start, just what Uni would have wanted. And so we wait for a ball up here in the centre to get us back underway. Will SMOSH be able to answer straight away, or will Uni get a bit of a momentum into this third quarter?
Even tap. Tegan Usher's running forward. Can she take possession? She can. She's off here. She's going to go a kick, trusting the forwards. No clean possession. Molly Oldhouse with the tackle. Lucky not to get called in the back there. And going straight to the hot spot, we've got Kelsey Pearce here. And we're going to the boundary. Couldn't quite chase that. And the last touch rule comes into play. So we've got Georgia Taylor in the back pocket with the kick in, which is taken off. Kicked it over the head of Hannah Ewings. We've got Kiana Lee here. Takes a strong grab. Doesn't drop many, Kiana.
She's been great with her hands in the first half. It was noticeable her skill level there, and she just pops it up to the
trusting Molly on a 4-and-1.
So work their way back out again now, University. This one's just
well
going
done,
through the middle.
Cam Kennedy.
It's good body work there, protecting the drop zone. And it's going to come straight back inside the 50 again. 2-on-1. Althouse there crashes from the back and brings it down to her coming forwards. Throws it on the right boot. Won't have the distance, but there is numbers there for SMOSH, and it just finds its way over the boundary.
Kiana Lee and Kelsey Pearce there in the hot spot. Couldn't quite get the job done, and we'll have a throw in.
So we saw a lot of the play in the forward 50 for SMOSH in the second quarter. A bit similar to where they are now. So the pressure on Uni once again as they're coming from behind the ladder leading side. Probably not used to playing from behind in many games this season, I would think. One of the interesting things I learned a couple of weeks ago when I covered a Uni game was to do with the numbers. You might notice some really high numbers, and there's a number 1 and then there's a number 110, and I found out that that's to do with the male and female divisions at University. There's no number that repeats, so everyone has their own individual number throughout the season, which is a really cool way to do it.
It is, and it's interesting, Jenny, that the number 1 at Uni is not the captain, because many South Australian teams like Salisbury, like Port Adelaide, will give number 1 to their captain. Obviously, the Port Adelaide Magpies do that. It's a tradition over many of the years at the prestigious club. Here we go. We've got Ebony. Phil Cox tries to bang it forward. No clean possession. Molly, is she going to go on her right or her left? Who knows? No clean possession again, and we'll have a free kick for Uni.
So someone held back there, and Ebony Tiller will get the chance to find some clear space for Uni. She goes up the middle. 3-on-2 contest there, and it's brought down by SMOSH once again. Socket off the ground, and Tiller just racking up the stats. It's back in her hands.
This is a bit of the story of the day, really, just kicking to packs, to packs, to packs. And like I said before, we need to clear these lines if we want to see some fast moving footy today.
Well,
and another pack.
Ignored a free option if she'd gone to the right. Georgia Taylor, I believe, was free and didn't go to the free possession, and instead, as you said, went to the contested mark.
It's like watching tennis, kicking back and forth between SMOSH and Adelaide Uni packs all day.
That it is. So another ball up here in the outer wing. So
Kate Walsh with the tap.
Wins the tap down, looking for some possession here, probably coming out by hand. The ball's squirted out somehow now, but it's like it's being wrapped up again. The whistle's staying away at the moment, and now we get the umpire involved. And let it run for a little while, see if it'll pop back out again. 14 minutes remaining in the third quarter of this clash, semi-final number 2, Adelaide Footy League.
A free kick to Kate Walsh for being pushed out of the ruck contest. She's kicked it in hope that she can find Stacey Evans, who was at the back of that pack. And an Adelaide Uni free kick here.
Yeah, just saw
want to play on
over
here.
The shoulder. So again, just Uni needing to get some run and get some players in free space. But SMOSH seem to be sort of defending or lining up really well, going 1-to-1 in defence when they need to. Defending that lead, it's always a good position to be in front on the scoreboard. even with that much time remaining, we've got Forby collecting from the back here, just screws it from the right. Lovely
Tegan
take
Usher,
again.
well done, Goggles.
She has taken a few screamers already now, both on either wing. Diving marks, great to see. Love that highlight.
Ali Evans, the captain, takes a clean mark. She's playing on, she's going quick down the forward, hoping for Molly Althouse, who tries to hold the space, couldn't quite handle that. Stacey Evans has got it now. She's kicked it into a danger zone, hoping for Kiana Lee, and Kiana's taken it clean in her hands. She loves holding the ball over her head, just to let everyone know that she has indeed marked the ball.
Is she in range here, Georgie?
I back her. She's got this pre-kick routine, throws the grass up, bit of a Maddie Lloyd character, and goes a second grass throw. Kiana Lee, she'll back herself here. Very confident young player.
Lining up
just cracked 18.
Goal 20 for the season if she can slot this one. Gets close to the player on the mark and drills it.
Straight
Absolutely
through.
drills it.
Well done, Kiana. SMOSH pushing the lead out.
Well, the early goal that Adelaide had pegged back now has gone straight back. The deficit goes up again to 16. 5 goals 4 to SMOSH. Plays 2 goals 6 for Adelaide Uni for the Blacks here. Kiana Lee, she's been strong with her hands. Something quite noticeable in this game for mine. And again, there just held that mark up high overhead, as you called, Georgie, and went back and actually drilled it. So
she's done well.
Back on live play now.
Very small midfield SMOSH are running with today. And, oh, well done, Molly Althouse.
Talking a strong mark, she's lifted. The first quarter, she had a couple of good strong marks and just went left and right of the goals, so sprayed them, but she's got 1 for today so far. Will this be her second and
looking to redeem herself?
Make a larger lead for SMOSH. Nice casual run in off the right now.
Not the prettiest kick from Molly.
Faded off to the right. Still pressure area for Adelaide Uni. Looking to try and clean it up, and it's thrown on the boot.
Pick up from Kendall.
And it's free. She's socked air swing, unfortunately, for Molly there. Could have just snuck a goal out of nowhere. So sort of that chaos ball that's bouncing around at the top of the square.
Frantic. Everybody's hungry.
We've got some clouds coming in overhead, Georgia. I don't know whether they'll bring rain or not, but the temperature just dropped. It's getting chilly with the sun hiding.
Chilly. Kiana loves selling the candy.
Taylor, goalkeeping, keeps that one out.
Taylor has been playing a very long time. I had the privilege of playing with Georgia Taylor as an under-18 at Port Adelaide and represented the state with her.
Okay.
She's represented the state many times at an under-18s level, and I also believe at a women's level.
Okay. Well, she's directing play from the defensive line here, really making sure players are in positions.
Hannah Ewings is off.
This one bounces in front of Althouse again, who's been dangerous this quarter.
Georgia
She's
Taylor
sort of
again.
a hot zone player at the moment. And just a bit of dangerous play potentially there. Head over the ball for Adelaide Uni, and they get the free, getting to the ball first. But again, that's where they kick to. So a risky kick across the middle in an attempt to open up something.
Especially when Christy Burrows,
she breaks the tackle.
Pressure.
Breaks the tackle and chips it forward again.
Tegan Usher, take a bow.
That's her 3rd specky.
She is a specky player, Tegan Usher, also affectionately known as Goggles.
So this one into the pack and spoiled down by Uni, but the ball's just loose on the ground. Both teams trying to work it free. Uni probably really trying to hold it in. They don't want the ball scrambling loose at the moment. They've got to find their way up. So if you were Uni at the moment, obviously got to work on getting some field position, but what's your message to your players at the moment if you had the chance at Uni?
Oh, you need to shut some players down. We've got a few having a field day. Kiana Lee is running around in the forward line. This Tegan Usher, who has just marked it out of defence twice in the same spot, you need to shut her down.
Well, Uni have basically everyone back at the moment. It's all hands on deck as they try to defend, and this one's just out on the full. So the Lions will get the chance to enter another raid in on the forward 50.
And Chloe Forby will take this.
Forby already a goal kicker today. She's looking inboard now. Decides to go up the line.
Kiana, can you mark that one? No.
So Uni, they get it out and a hurried kick onto the boot again. They've got
Sammy.
sort of just rushing to try and get away through at the moment. And we see it again, trying to buy a bit of space. They need the ball to run on. That's really well done by Annie Bladen at the moment. She's just trying to find some field possession. So, but again, just sheer weight of numbers, SMOSH able to bring that ball back. And that's a heavy tackle. Really good tackle from SMOSH.
From Hannah Ewings. Well done, Courtney Freda.
Marked right on the line. There's not much space there.
It's interesting that SMOSH are being really disciplined at the moment, and while the ball is spending a lot of time in their forward line, their defenders are certainly not rushing forward. They are keeping that line, they're keeping that wall, and Chloe Forby has just proved me right. I think it might have been touched there.
Must have been touched when she thought she had the mark, so we're going for ball up here. Boltrop taking over some of the ruck duties for her side. She's been playing forward and now playing in defence, trying to get Uni up and going, the captain. But again, SMOSH, just all the momentum going with them. Really good grab though, intercept mark. Can they calm things down here? That's 53, Matilda Zander. Just trying to find some space for Adelaide Uni to work in at the moment. They're desperate to find some field position, and there's Zander. No, apologies, that was Blandon who has been lifting her work rate recently. So the field position-wise in the best place for Uni at the moment because it's now in their forward 50, but they've been doing so much defensive work that there's no one down there, and SMOSH get the chance to work it just by foot, find some clean marks.
Yeah, it's a good game to watch. Women's footy typically goes the one-on-one, you man up sort of play, but SMOSH aren't playing that today. They're playing a zone. So they will let Adelaide Uni run into the forward line, but hold that zone. 2-on-1 here, couldn't quite hack it, and we've got...
That's Sombris taking a good intercept mark again, just holding position at the front of the mark there. Held the position of the ball drop nicely, and once again needs to decide. Looks inboard, but it's not going to take that option. Stays safe and goes down the wing side here.
Tegan Usher crashes over the top. Jess Bates powers through, didn't have prior opportunity, so we'll have a ball up.
Ball up again. We've got Mackay and Priest contesting that ball up. And a free kick going the way of Adelaide Uni. And as she looks up, finds a player free, but the chipped pass sort of allows the defence to close in on Boltrop there. And
Tegan
again,
Usher.
She's been good so far, Usher. Kicks around her body.
Good tackling pressure from
So Uni, they've
Christy
got some
Rose.
numbers free here. Can they get the ball over the top? They do. It's a foot race on. They're in front position. Gets clean, trying to find ball drop. She does.
Composed.
This is a lovely kick off the
Well
right.
done.
Does it have the legs? It
Beautiful.
does. That is a huge response from the captain.
That's great. That's good footy. You like seeing a composed handball instead of a rushed, panicked kick into the hot spot, into the goal square. She thought about it. She brought her head up, had a look around, spotted a best option, and could set up a goal.
Really good finish from Adelaide Uni there. Just needed that to stem the flow that had been going against them, but you're correct. She just spun inboard and found the hand pass release to who is obviously a very, very nice kick. And Kelly Baltrop. So we've got Taylor Mackay and Kate Walsh back in the middle. This one's won by Uni.
Walsh has gone down on that hard surface. That's got to hurt.
And
Tegan Usher
free
with the
kick
free.
going the way of Usher again. Deficit is 10 points. We've got 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. This
Hannah
one's
Ewings over the top to Kendall Powell.
loses her footing and it's going to be a behind. Just
Unlucky.
didn't get the bounce.
Tegan Usher's just come out off the field, and a huge response from the B grade.
Obviously a popular club player.
She is definite crowd favourite. And Ali Evans, great tackle there.
Here we go, a bit of space. Trying to use their pace, Adelaide Uni. Brings it down in front, crashes into the defensive player who's coming on us. There's some brave footy being played out in the out wing there.
Chloe Forby
again.
She's going to roll on.
She's coming back, centering
Goes
the ball.
over to Remy Grant, who
Two
was a
on one.
2-on-1. Hannah Ewings is favoured with the bounce and handballs over the top to Kendall Howe. Trusted that the full forward would be there.
But they'd gotten dragged out of position, all of them going for that last ball from Ewings, unfortunately. But this one's fallen nice as she's
the captain,
turned
the skipper.
inside, looking at the top of the square. Uni now trying to work it out by hand. Takes on the tackle, gets the arms free.
Great bump there.
Accidental trip, you'd say there, and a good, hard, strong tackle, but the ball is in SMOSH's hands, just behind the target that time, unable to keep going with the play. Ewing's good hands, picks it up clean, and big tackle from Adelaide Uni girls there. That was Fittridge and
Shana taking a little bit of time to get up. Seems okay.
bring that in. That was Fittridge and Matilda Zander. Wrap that up nicely for Uni. Kicks it forward again. This time it's Blandon.
Got Jamie
Trying
Parrish.
to get it out over the back. Kenton Uni, they've got numbers here. Looks back inside,
Great
but well
tackle.
held, really well held. Unable to get her hands free as she'd wanted to this time. Another good tackle.
The defensive tackling pressure has been pretty good from both sides.
Some high contact.
High
Sees
contact is the call.
Falkenberg with the free. She needs a bit of movement from her forwards up front. This one goes off the side of the boot, but it almost worked out for her. This comes back to Abby Bengelli. Nice bright scrunchie in the back of the hair. Lovely
Loves an
end over
accessory.
end kick to the pack there. And Suzander
Quick
cleaning up
movement.
nicely, needs the bounce to go away. It does do tunnels through the defence.
Would you look at that? Kiana Lee gives her a fair bump. Not often you see Kiana Lee in the old back line.
Okay. And here we go. Ebony Tiller, right place, right time, propping up there. So she's got a decent angle to work with here.
Only slight breeze.
So is she aiming at the left or the right post here, do you think?
You would aim at the right and hope that it swings through, unless you're a left footer. Like, apparently she is. In which case, disregard what I've said and go yourself.
So unfortunately for her, she stayed on the left and just managed to get the behind. So 3 goals, 6 for Adelaide Uni. SMOSH's 5 goals. 5 I've got. Scoreboard staying with 4 behinds for them, but we'll
Kate
wait and
Walsh,
see.
the target. Good hands, Kate Walsh. Those basketball skills coming into play there. Switching codes, coming over to footy.
We'll go in the tall target there with smart play from SMOSH.
Not going the tall target there to Chloe Forby.
They went the other way. That time they hit up Adelaide Uni's tall target.
Yeah, we've got Taylor
So
McKay.
Moments away from the third quarter siren sounding as Walsh takes another strong mark. That'll be the end
tall
of
target in Kate Walsh.
this quarter, I would say. Yep, there it is. So, Georgie, another hard-fought quarter here. Looks like we've got a 9-point deficit at the moment, so we're set up for an absolute thriller in the last quarter. Your takeaway just real quickly from that quarter, Georgie?
My takeaway is well done, Uni, for kind of seeing through the cracks of SMOSH and their zone and being able to run through it a bit more that quarter, which was great. Well done, SMOSH, for playing on, rolling on, moving the ball really quickly into the forward line, trusting the full forward to be there and to make some magic of it. Great footy from both sides. SMOSH obviously the advantage here. There wasn't a hugely clear SMOSH West Lakes or Adelaide Uni quarter. If I had to go either way, maybe my bias would push me towards the Lions. What is your takeaway, Jenny? Would you agree? Or?
Well, I think Uni came out and started the quarter really strongly, found that first goal, but SMOSH obviously answered that. So fairly even quarter, that one, and it set us up nicely. Uni are going to have to come out and probably kick first 2 goals to really, really set up a thriller for us here at Adelaide University Park. And join us in a few minutes for quarter 4 action.
See you then.
Welcome back to the Adelaide Footy League Division 1 Women's Semi-Final. Here we got Adelaide University versus SMOSH Lions. We are down to the last quarter, and boy do we have a quarter of footy remaining. Remembering that the winner of this goes straight through to the grand final. There is a second chance though, however, for the losing side. They will play Salisbury next week, but the benefit of a week off, or it can't be understated. My name's Jenny Wallace, and I'm joined by Georgie, who is a SMOSH player. So a little bit
mind my bias.
bias potentially there, but we've got a huge last quarter. Just confirming the scores, it's 3-7-25 plays 5-5 35. So 10-point ball game. We have here 20 minutes remaining for the quarter. There's no time off in these games, so the time can keep running. And Georgie, big last quarter action ahead of us.
Yeah, we've got quite the game on our hands here. Obviously, SMOSH coming in as a brand new inaugural club is great to see them in the finals, both the A's and the B's. So it is a bit of a fairy tale for them at the moment, hoping that they can get a fairy tale ending personally. Adelaide Uni have been around a long time as a prolific female footy club, has a lot of experience and a lot of years behind them. So it is quite the arm wrestle here, and we don't have a huge lead. It's been quite close in regards to contest all day, and we're going to see a contest in this quarter.
All right, we've got a change in ruck for Uni with Baltrop taking on Walsh, and the tap is won there by SMOSH down to Forby, who only finds a university player by hand. And we've got a push in the back, so a free getting paid early for Uni.
Not happy with that.
Uni just cutting back a bit of the lead in that third quarter. They won the third quarter points-wise, and they're kicking to the right of your screen currently. So we've got unable to keep the feet now. Got, maybe the fatigue might set in, but both teams have run hard when they've gotten the chance. Just shown there is up the middle, big gut-busting run. And geez, Usher's been good. Number 11 there is taken down by a heavy tackle, but she has been excellent for SMOSH so far today. With the only multiple goal kicker so far today has been Kiana Lee, who's taken her yearly tally to 20, so she's kicked 2 for the day. Elsgood, Forby and Althouse, the other single goal kickers for SMOSH, while for Adelaide Uni, we've had Mackay, Baltrop and Zetchevic finding the big posts.
Good tap contest there. Nice. Chloe Forby tries to go off the ground, kicks straight up the guts and follows up her ball, dives on it, and we'll have another ball up. They're running with a very short midfield SMOSH West Lakes with the likes of Tegan Usher, Chloe Forby and Hannah Ewings. None of them have any real height about them, but they do have pace. And that's what we've seen from them. And that's what we're seeing from Tegan Usher right now, who slams it on the left boot, tries to get something of it. Now Kate Walsh kicking forward, hoping to find Althouse. She's got possession, bit of a chest pass there, it looked like. Hannah Ewings.
Throws it on the right.
No, not quite. That's okay. We have a point, the first score for the quarter. And Adelaide Uni would be wanting to hurry it very quickly out of this defence. Yeah. I think they should take advantage of the new rule that you don't have to kick to yourself out of a kick-in. You can just run, have a bit of a bounce if you wish.
Yep. Well, for University, number 53, Matilda Zander, just took a heavy fall as that play was unfolding, was slow to her feet, so we'll keep an eye on her. She's back up and going now, but an important player for Adelaide Uni. She's been best on field with them a few times this year. This one heads up to Fittridge, who leads really well and holds the space nicely. So good by hand, asking for the free kick. See if someone's within the exclusion zone there. She kicks up. Big packet goes over the top. You've got Tashana Mayer, who you were telling me off air earlier, has a bit of a footy legacy throughout her family.
She does have a footy legacy. Her mother is Bronnie Davey, who did play full forward in the B grade today. Her uncles the Davey brothers, played a bit of AFL. She is quite the football pedigree, and she is an amazing young player, one of the teenagers in the SMOSH side.
As Paxton Matner turns off on the 50 and heads it inside. It's well worked just then from Uni. They found hands nicely, but it's just broken down at the last bit, and now SMOSH are working it back out again.
Playing a bit of keepy off with some chipping.
And that's it, where if SMOSH can hold their heads and be calm and just keep finding targets, if you don't let Uni have the ball.
Didn't quite hold that.
So Uni, chance to find a way to goal here. Just need some clean possession themselves and string a few together, but out in that far outer wing at the moment. Furthest point away from us on the ground as umpire's letting it go. Forby once again, we've said her name a lot in today's coverage. She's taken high.
Earned herself a free there.
And you see all the players rush forward in front of her now. The uni players trying to scurry back for defence and Smosh trying to get in position for a lead. This one's gone over the top. Altar stayed down, but just didn't get the run of the ball. This one's dribbled through us, smacks it.
Post. That's what you like to see from Smosh, that when they do get possession, they do move the ball quickly forward. Kiana Lee at full stretch there could not hold on to it, went over the top to Althouse, also who could not hold on to it, but that forward quickness and that second efforts from Smosh saw Hannah Ewings have a shot on goal.
They're just creeping that lead back out at the moment, 12-point lead, so get a two-goal buffer, which is a comfortable position to be in for Smosh. They'd be happy to get one more, while Uni, they'd be desperate to get it back as this tumbles back in. Forby, quick take on the left. She pops it on the right foot. Is it going to go through? It is. What a finish from Forby. Outstanding.
Chloe Forby. You already know what I think about that, Forbes.
Well,
just a bit of a, you know, it's a bit routine for Forby, that
you could see
kick on the right.
Uni wishing they had all the benefit of technology there as they were screaming at the umps that it had been touched, but
no third umpire in this game.
No, so no score review. And Forby, she was great, just the way she picked that up on the left and then stepped back and popped it onto the right boot, and a really strong kick. So just taking the most of those opportunities so far today, Smosh, and builds that lead. There's 6-7-43, plays 3-7-25. So pushing that lead back out to 18. That's our biggest lead of the match so far. Adelaide Uni trying to mount a comeback here in this last quarter. There's 14 minutes remaining to do so. You see Xander, who, as I said, had a heavier hit earlier, is just going in hard, and she's gone in low on the legs there.
Hand went to head again. Hand still on head. Wondering if there's something going on.
Really heavy clash. She's a little bit
unstable. She's up now.
A little bit loose on the feet to start, but now she's looking forward. She needs some leads, needs some options here from the Blacks.
I like this. I like that she's taking her time. She doesn't feel pressured to go.
So she heads towards their big target in Mackay, and it's brought to ground. And we're going to see a ball up, I think.
We will.
Yep. So Walsh and Mackay will go at it once again. Mackay using the body, gets it down. This one's going forward. Jo Hill's there, trying to find her hands on the ball and release a hand pass, and earns herself a free kick for some action over the shoulder. So Jo Hill in range here, you would think. She just needs to go back and settle and drill this. Really important goal here for Unis if they can. Oh, she passes it off to Fittridge, goes on the right, and it has just drifted off. So she obviously wasn't confident to take the shot herself, Jo Hill.
I like that they took a risk. I think sometimes when you're behind by a little bit, you just got to take a risk and try to make something of it.
So we're heading right out to the wing on the 50, and it's gone over.
I heard
so
that in my soul. That was
I felt that.
But yeah, Kiana's looking a bit tender, Kiana Lee.
Yep.
That was quite the clash.
I think I'm feeling what Lee's feeling just then, and I'm not even playing. So the throw in. Again, we have Walsh and Baltrop resuming their hostilities. Hand pass into the centre. Can she get it on the boot? Taylor Hand unable to get so. Well done by Smosh. They've shut another raid down. Taylor's got a bit of time here. If the ball can sit up for her, it's not. It's refusing to sit for Uni. They've held Smosh up at least, so at least that's one part of the thing. And she soccers across. Clever.
Clever. That was clever.
Opens up.
GT.
Again, needing the ball to sit up for them. It does now, but no one to hand pass to. So sort of hand pass off to herself. And this is Evans just chipping it forward to Molly once again. She's probably 45. She's going to have to kick this from. Maybe a bit outside of her range. We'll see. She's eyeing it up like it's not. This could be...
Might as well have a go.
This could be the telling blow if she can land this one. On the right. She's got the distance, but it's gone off to the left. So 6-8-44 now for Smosh West Lakes.
Just under halfway through this quarter. hoping that Georgia Taylor's going to take the kick out.
It's got to be
She's
one
gotta
of
go
the
here.
slightly annoying parts of there being sort of no time off is that when you've got to go chase the ball all the way back.
Yes. Oh, Georgia Taylor takes 3 bounces, runs herself to the defensive 50. Ali Evans taking a strong mark, directing traffic like the skipper does. Where's she going to go? Kicks forward to that pocket. Molly is the target.
Brings it down,
Stacey
Evans.
Evans.
Throws it on the boot. One-on-one contest, and then the rest of the pack emerges. I think we'll see a ball up here inside the forward 50.
Bit of commotion there as Kate Walsh comes off the field from the B grade.
Having a break. We are sitting right on top of the SMOSH fan club at the moment. As this one's tumbled forward.
Has it gone through?
It's gone through, so that's a goal. I think that's to Evans.
I think
it might
it's
be Althouse
Molly.
again.
Molly Althouse.
Well, Althouse, she's
Originally from Darwin,
Okay.
Molly. She's come down to study. She's a boarder, and she found herself at our club, and we're very grateful for that. She's a very handy inclusion. Started off in the B grade, proved herself probably worthy of the A grade, and she's just demonstrated that.
Well, that lead has now opened up to 24 points for SMOSH. We've got 7, 8, 50 plays 3, 8, 26. Multiple goal scorers for SMOSH. We've had Lee with 2, Forby with 2, and Althouse now with 2. Elsgood with the 1. University, Zetchevic, Baltrop and Mackay just the single goal kickers for them, and they've got a lot of work to do now with 9.5 minutes remaining.
Oh,
and
good bump.
another free shot on goal, and another one's through.
Kiana Lee.
Kiana Lee's
Getting around it.
she's pouched her 3rd for the day. She's loving life at the moment.
And that was a great bump from Stacey Evans as well, allowing her to run into that forward line.
So now you see with University, they've got to throw everything at it in a sense. So defensively, you know, you're going to see these opportunities to just run, you know, fast by feet, move the ball forward for SMOSH, who, you know, they've got the benefit of playing from well in front, 30-point deficit now.
Have a look at where the uni forward line are lining up right now. They are right on the edge of that square, hoping to get involved, maybe making something of it, getting some sort of clearance out of this ball up contest and getting it forward in any way that they can. They've got 4 players on the square and their defenders too. They're running in now.
So Mackay doing the ruck work once again, and they do get the ball forward this time. Uni Zander good with the pick up and ducking under the tackle. She gets it forward quickly.
Open forward line.
And a really good defensive
Well done,
mark
Sheridan
once
Howe.
again from the SMOSH team.
It's taken me a long time to be able to tell these
Oh,
twins apart. And that's
intercept.
an intercept.
So opportunity here. This is Blandon. She goes to the top of the mark looking for Delgado Fixter, who takes a really nice mark, and she's just looking back. Time is crucial here for Adelaide Uni, but at the same time, she does need to make sure she slots this. She don't want to rush it and miss it, but the time is ebbing away for them. We've got under 8 minutes left. Just a bit of a stutter with the kick on the right boot, and she's sprayed it. They've been wasteful
To the right
from the goal.
there.
So another behind.
I'm interested to see how Uni set up here from a point. If they go the zone, if they build the wall, if they go man on man. Let's have a look at what their tactic is.
Okay, so what are you seeing at the moment with the way they're setting up?
I can see your usual suspects getting tagged. Your Hannah Ewings, Tegan Ushers, and there Tashana is on her own. They're quite good at picking players out. They're showing their skills here today. We've got Kelsey Priest.
They're just nice clean possessions here for the Lions. So with the carrot of a week off, another good strong mark, just waiting at the back, reading the ball much better there, the Lions. And again, just unable to hold the mark cleanly, but found the target nicely by foot, just unable to hold
Mel
it.
again, great hands.
So yeah, with the carrot of the week off, obviously, and the confidence of beating the top team, this would be a very big victory for SMOSH here today.
It would, and it'll mean a lot to the club, having the inaugural team and just having a spot in the grand final was certainly something that at the start of the season was a dream not necessarily a reality. So a lot of hard work has been put into this season and pre-season to get the girls where they are. And it's not to go unsaid, I guess, that it would be a dream for them to not only make the grand final but go all the way. Will Uni let that happen? Georgia Taylor's off, taking a bounce and a second and a third. How many do you want, GT? Goes over the top. She's breaking that line. That's what I suggested. And then Tegan Usher, just very disciplined. She can get in and around the ball. She can get under it, but she chooses not to. And she sits back, holds that zone, picks Mel out of the crowd.
Well, Taylor's been good for the Blacks, and she's had a few instances in this fourth quarter where she's gone the 3 bounces and, as you said, then gotten over the top of the defensive line. Just unfortunately for her, with all the defence that Uni have had to do and the scrambling, it looks like they're out on their legs, so they're just not getting into the positions that the kicks are going. So their leads are just behind. They're not playing from in front. And this one, looking for Oldhouse again, and why wouldn't you? She's already got...
And Chloe Forby's got it here. She's going to do the unselfish thing and try the handball. Doesn't go very far. Oldhouse slams on the right. Not an effective kick from her. She's playing... she's getting a lot of the ball, but uncharacteristically isn't as goal hungry as you would think from Oldhouse. She's usually very much looking to slot those.
So I think
the scoreboard isn't suffering so much for it, though. That's okay. We'll let you go, Molly.
So this one, just the mark not cleanly taken, and Uni just desperate to try and find a way to eat into this game. It looks like it'd be gone for them now. 4.5 minutes to go, you know, just under 30 points. They've got to, well, 30 points they've got to get get back in the lead. So they'll be looking at taking on Salisbury next weekend. Again, if you throw yourselves into the university change rooms and put your coaching hat on for them, what's your message at the end of this game to try and, you know, compartmentalise this game and look towards next week's second chance?
I think learn from, well, it's hard to say. I was going to say learn from what SMOSH have been able to do in moving the ball forward quickly into the Salisbury game. But SMOSH and Salisbury are two very different teams, to be honest. So going up against the Salisbury side, they're a tough side, they're a physical side. I think they'll need to get some mongrel in them a bit, and they've got to want it. SMOSH certainly do, and I've seen some ferocity from a little bit of the Blacks today, but I think they need to turn it up a bit, get some mongrel in them, especially going into such a physical side as Salisbury Football Club.
Well, a third major for Kiana Lee takes SMOSH's lead now, 9-8-62, so well and truly making up for that earlier shellacking they got back in round 7 at the hands of Adelaide Uni. And as we said, they're booking their entries directly into the grand final. Adelaide Uni, I guess one of their things their coaches would be looking at in the rooms after this is just reminding them that, guys, 9 wins in the regular season, just the 2 losses. We turn up, play our better footy next weekend, we can get into the grand final. So I think they've just got to be able to put this behind them and realise that the reason you like to finish at number 1 is you get the second chance and take it next week. So the ball's sort of free at the moment, and can someone throw it on the boot and get it through for a major for Uni as the sun comes back over?
Yeah, that's a good call. I like what Adelaide Uni do in their forward line. They really keep it open. They push their half-forward flank to the centre square and all the ball-ups to create all that space for the forwards, the full forwards, the forward pockets to run onto, because they will move it into that forward line and they will back their players to get in amongst it. And we've got a reward here. Is she going to kick it? She's slotted it.
Has done. So a late consolation goal for Adelaide Uni. I'll just have to wait and see what number that is, unfortunately, before I can give the credit to the deserving player. Or she's going to run side onto me the whole way back.
That's okay. Just know that you were very well deserving of that goal.
So they've worked hard to get those 4 goals today, Adelaide Uni, and it was Zoe Greer who's gotten that late goal for Uni. Just coming up to a minute and a half to go. 4-9-33 plays, 9-8-62. A big win here for the SMOSH Westlake Lions.
And a boundary umpire has noticed that one of those the forward flankers who does push up on the goal square has actually broken the line a bit, and it's going to be a SMOSH free in the middle of the ground. Ali Evans is going to take it. Correction, Kate Walsh is going to take it.
So with just creeping to a minute remaining, SMOSH try and go forward again, and Xander, that's a lovely mark, and she plays on,
and that's
takes on the tackle with the bounce, but it's a lovely tackle from Tashana once again. She's got some good pace, good wheels.
She's one to watch. Watch this space, honestly. And if you indulge me, Jenny,
she's been smothered. So Xander's not giving up with 40 seconds left on the clock. She's not giving up, Xander. She's showing some pride in her university gear, lifting everyone going, we need to play like this next week. So.
We do. They do. They just certainly do. And next week will be a week off for SMOSH West Lakes. Very proud club in their inaugural year, going to take it all the way to the big day on the big stage. Chrissy Burrows is called holding the ball, and Uni have pushed off. In the dying seconds, we've got 10 left to go, has received a free kick, SMOSH.
So I think
Cam
that's going to
Kennedy
wind
will
the
hold it
clock
and take
down
us
now.
through.
She probably won't even get through her kicking technique.
No, just hold it, Cam. Just have a shot. And SMOSH West Lakes are heading to the grand final, and they are happy about it. They are up and about. Adelaide Uni, you have the second chance for next week. You probably play Salisbury. Tough game there. But what about them today, Jenny? SMOSH have just shown us the determination, the training, the discipline that it has taken all year. This is not a one-game show. This has been an accumulation of a lot of efforts throughout the season that have gotten them here. Coming back, like you said, Jenny, off of 3 straight losses, the first being to Adelaide Uni. They have worked very hard to get back into this position and are deserving of that spot in the grand final today.
That's right. So big victory for them. They've earned themselves the week off, get some bodies some time to recuperate and get back into the contest for the grand final. It's always good to know you've locked it in straight away, and we'll just cover off the score. We've got multiple goal kickers, Lee and Althouse with 3 each. They were outstanding when they had an opportunity. They just didn't miss, did they? They were great. Althouse early, probably she could have ended up with 5 because she missed 2 in the first quarter that were more than kickable for her. So she could have ended up with a real bag, but she kicked the 3. Forby had 2, Elsgood just the 1. And the goal kickers for University were Zetsovic, Baltrop, Mackay and Zoe Greer, each with singles. So they've got some soul searching to do, just regather their thoughts and get back through. They'll be taking on Salisbury next weekend in the game of the round. So for the preliminary final, that will decide the last grand finalist that will then join SMOSH the week after for the grand final. Georgie, it's been great having you on board today. A big win for your team. You must be absolutely stoked.
I am. Thanks for having me, Jenny. It's been a privilege. I'm going to go and get around the girls.
Absolute pleasure. You go and do that. Get involved in the celebrations. And for everyone else, we'll see you next week for the game between Salisbury and Adelaide Uni, and to find out who is going to join SMOSH in the grand final for Adelaide Footy League. So thank you from Jen Wallace and the Spacequake Sports team. See you next week.
See you then.